Hello friends, today we will see Chemistry 1, 12th Maharashtra State Board chapter Solid State. That solid state is the chapter of Chemistry 1, paper 1. Now in that case first we will see what is meant by solid. As we know, there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gases. Now according to their intermolecular arrangement, these states are getting varied. Means the intermolecular force between the molecule is more or compact, these are solids. If it is loose, then they are liquids, and if there is no attraction between the molecular particles, in that case they are in gaseous state. Now today in this chapter we will see different types of solids and what is solid. Now solid is is defined as that form of matter which possesses rigidity and hence possess a definite shape and definite volume. Means as we see, the solids have definite shape. We can also determine the volume of that solid. Now today we will see the characteristics of these solids. The first characteristic is solid have definite mass, volume, shape and density. Means we can measure the mass of solid, its volume, shape and density also. Now these are usually hard, incompressible and rigid. Means if we will feel the shape and size, mass of that solid material. Now the intermolecular, as said earlier, intermolecular forces of attraction between the particle are stronger. They are closely packed as compared to that of the solid, liquid and gaseous. Now all the solids have characteristic melting point which depend on the extent of intermolecular forces present in the solid. Means as the intermolecular force is more, its melting point is also more. It requires more heat while converting from solid to liquid. The intermolecular forces of attraction hold the constituent particles of the solid tightly. Thus it cannot flow. Okay, we know solid never flow as that of the liquids. Now we will see classification of solid. These solids are classified into two main types: crystalline solid and amorphous solid. Now crystalline solid means in that case the arrangement of the particle is very systematic as compared to that of the amorphous solid. That we will see in detail in the next slide. Now again this crystalline solid is divided into two forms. First one is isomorphous form. If two or more substances having the same crystal structure, these are called isomorphous substance. Means these are the two different substances but having the same crystal structure. Their molecular formula and chemical properties of substances are similar. This is the isomorphous form. Now the second form of this crystalline solid is polymorphous form. It is also called as allotropic form. In that case, a single substance that crystallizes into two or more forms under different condition. These are also called as the allotropes. Means single substance can present in two or more form. As we changes the condition, they will shows a different structure. This is the rough idea of classification of solids. Now we will see distinguish between crystalline solid and amorphous solid. These are the two main types of two main types of solids. Now the first one is we will see crystalline solid. A crystalline solid is a homogeneous solid in which the constituent particles are arranged in a definite repeating pattern. In the second point, we will show the diagram. In that case, all the molecules or all the particles are arranged in a systematic manner. In case of amorphous solids, the substance are well developed, perfectly or non-perfectly ordered as shown in the figure. Now, in case of amorphous solids, the molecules are not in a well mannered or they are getting disturbed. Because of that crystal is also gets different properties. Now, next point, they have a definite characteristic shape. In case of amorphous solids, they are having irregular shape and lack of characteristic geometry. Now, when we will see the melting point, the covalent substance or crystalline substance shows a sharp melting point, means we are getting exact melting point of crystalline solid. But in case of amorphous solids, we are not able to determine the exact melting point. Then heat of fusion, means amount of heat is required to get fused, that is definite and characteristic in crystalline solid. But in case of amorphous solid, it is not definite. Then they are anisotropic, that is have different physical properties in different direction. That anisotropy we will see in the next slide also. And amorphous solid, they are isotropic, that is have same physical properties in all directions. Means as we goes in any direction, that amorphous solids will shows the same physical properties. Now, these crystalline solids are true solid, means every time we are getting a fixed crystal structure of these solids, crystalline solids. Hence, they are called as true solids. While in case of amorphous solids, their conditions are getting different. In that case, we are getting a different structure. That's why they are called as pseudo solids or supercooled liquids. Then in crystalline solid, they have long range order, and amorphous solids are having short range order. Example, copper, silver, iron, common salt, potassium nitrate, etc. are the crystalline solid. When we will see the common salt, that common salt is having a specific structure. Similarly, silver, potassium nitrate and copper particles are also having the same, has a particular size that we can see. Means these crystalline solids have a specific or definite size. Now, in case of amorphous solids, these examples are glass, rubber, plastic, etc. As we know, if the rubber we will place at higher temperature, it will get melted or it will becomes sticky. Means as the condition changes, that rubber will changes its property, its size, melting point are also getting changed. This is the main difference between crystalline solid and amorphous solid. Now next we will see anisotropy, because this anisotropy we will see in the differentiation between crystalline solid and amorphous solid. Now we will see what is this anisotropy. Now anisotropy means the ability of a crystalline solid to change values of physical properties when measured in different direction. Now which physical property will get changed? It includes refractive index, electrical conductance and dielectric constant. Means if we are measuring these physical quantities with a solid in different direction, that will shows us a different properties, that is are called as anisotropy. This we will explain properly with the help of diagram. Now in this diagram, we are seeing two types of particle. One blue colored filled particle and one is only a vacant particle. These are the two types of particle, particle 1 and particle 2. Now in that case they are all well properly arranged. Now accordingly, if we will measure the physical quantity of this crystalline structure in different direction, means from direction A to B and C to D. In that case, we will see, when we will see the ray AB, in that case it shows us the all blue colored, means particle 1. This particle will show us different properties. Now when we will see C to D, in that case they contain both particle 1 and particle 2 are well properly arranged. They will show different physical properties like refractive index, electrical conductance, dielectric constant, etc. Now as shown in figure, as the direction changes, the composition of the medium changes. This results in anisotropy. This terminology is called as anisotropy, and this is shown only by the crystalline solids. This property will not shown by a amorphous solid.